Simstress here, and welcome to a Sims 4 house renovation. Now, I saw this build in Sulani and I got so excited. I was like, I need to redecorate that because it looks so cool, but the inside is so dark and so dingy, it's the worst. So I was like, I need to make this into a modern family home sort of thing. You may have seen at the very start just then, I actually brought this lot onto the grid. It originally had the off the grid tray, but I was like, I need light down here because there's no windows in this build, right? And off the grid builds need windows, otherwise it's just the worst thing. This place was so dark and dingy. Like, if you've seen this lot in Sulani, it's just awful. So I was like, right, we're back on the grid, we're putting some lights in. I love those lights, by the way. And I used these amazing floor tiles from Island Living. I love those floor tiles. Like, I don't know why, but they just look better than all the other floor tiles we've had in the game so far. Like, that being wood, obviously. Like, they look better than most of the wood we've got in the game at the moment. So I've used them so much since we got them because love them. Also, just went with plain white walls pretty much everywhere except the kitchen because I just wanted it to feel like renovated. The story that I was going with for this build was that we've got some parents, right? These parents are very well travelled. They've been like everywhere, and now they finally settled down, had a family, but they didn't really want to live in a normal house in a normal town, so they moved to Sulani and lived in a pirate ship. Because why not? Why not? Yeah. So that's what this is. That was my idea behind it. They've renovated this place, brought it back on the grid, all this. And in the kitchen here, you can see we have these really weird wall shapes because there are certain walls in this house that you can't destroy because of the little like pirate chest in the back there, and then there's some weird little corner bits that I just can't get rid of. So I had to work with that, which was really annoying. I was really trying to find a way to fill up that little corner there, and it was really doing my head in. Like, I messed around with the floor plan in this place for so long because I did not know what I wanted to do. Also, I could not get any of the wood in this build to match. There is different woods everywhere, I tell you now. It is awful, and I'm so sorry about that. But I think in the end, it came together. The woods, although they don't match, they do look alright next to each other. So, I mean, in the end, I was happy with how it turned out, but like, it was looking really on the ropes at certain points in this video, and you will see it eventually, and you'll be thinking, why on earth has she put that there? Like, that just doesn't match at all. And the amount of times I changed the colour of the dining chairs is ridiculous. You'll see later on in the video. Also tried to place the oven hood there, then realised it was too big and it was literally sticking up through the floor, so don't try that. Anyway, the kitchen, you'll see I moved quite quickly away from the kitchen, and I do go back later on and clutter the kitchen and change the island counter does not stay that small. I kind of move it away and fill it up because initially I was going to have this wide bit here as kitchen, dining and living room, and then I realised I couldn't really fit the living room in, so I moved the island and the dining table up a bit, which made more room, and I extended the island. But I kind of left that room alone. You'll see in a minute actually. I did change the wood of these because the dark wood looked nice, and I only really did the dark wood to match the stairs, but then I realised this dark wood does not match any of the furniture or the colour scheme I went for in the kitchen. I really like that colour swatch for the kitchen. I don't think I've ever used it before, but I really like it. Anyway, moved quickly onto the bathroom. Like I said, we will go back to the kitchen and dining room after the bathroom. Now I put these sinks in on these islands, and they're even in the screenshots because I did not test this build before I did the screenshots, which I should have done. Those sinks don't actually work in the counters like that. As cool as it looks, they don't work. So in the actual final build, I do, well, you don't see it in this video, you also don't see it in the screenshots, but I have changed those sinks to just the normal black sink that I think is the same sink that I put in the kitchen, because unfortunately those sinks don't work, even though I think that looks really cool stuck in the counter like that. So it's kind of disappointing that that didn't work, but it is changed in the final products. You just won't see it in this video or anything. but we can imagine that they work just for the sake of this video because it looks really cool. Anyways, I put this toilet in this little like separate private bit because I was just really struggling with the configuration of the bathroom, especially with the bath and the shower that I wanted to use for my island living. That shower just looks so awkward wherever you place it. I mean, really. Also, this little towel rack thing has no good colour swatches and it really pisses me off. Anyway, so this bathroom it was originally going to be the only bathroom because the two back rooms, I was going to have one bedroom and one living room, but then I think like halfway through furnishing this, I realised I wanted to put the living room next to the stairs and have two bedrooms. So I then added a second bathroom in the back, which we'll see later on in the build. But so this bathroom was going to be the only bathroom, and the house was just going to be a one-bedroom house just for the couple. But then I changed my mind. I was like, I want a kid's bedroom in here. So I put a kid's bedroom in. So this is the kid's bathroom. The way I furnished the kids' room is sort of for two, like, either child girls or teen girls. It's definitely a girls' room. It kind of edged more towards the teen side because there's no like toys in it or anything. So, but then when I imagine the story for this family in my head, I don't imagine teen girls. I imagine like children. So, I mean, I don't really know what I'm going for when I finish that, but it's a nice bedroom. So you can do what you want with it, really. You can make it into a double room if you want. There's definitely room to do that. So, yeah, anyway, I was really struggling with the clutter in this bathroom. I don't know why. There's a lot of me struggling with clutter in this video. There's a set of shelves in the dining room that I come to later on. That I just struggled with for so long. You'll see that later anyway. I also, the sliding door that I put on the bathroom, I really like that sliding door, and I did not like, we first got island living and I was like going through furnishing and stuff, I didn't notice that sliding door at all and I barely used it, but now I'm like, I love it. I'm gonna relive for this. Anyway, yeah, here's me struggling again because this coffee machine, I hate placing appliances, microwaves, coffee machines on corner counters because they just hang over the edge. Also, by the way, I did size down that like dish rack thing, so the plates look really small. I do the same with the pans later actually. I hang some pans over the oven, I size them down so they look really small. So this family of Sims uses like mini not appliances, mini cutlery and things. Anyway, besides the point, this coffee machine, it hangs over the edge, and I think ultimately at the very end of this build I do just get rid of that coffee machine altogether because it was doing my head in. I hate it, but I didn't really have another counter to place it on. It was gonna have to go on a corner. So yeah, and you did see earlier I did try to put a microwave on there as well, but that was hanging off even more and that really pissed me off. So this whole like cluttering of the kitchen period, you will see me trying to find something to put behind that coffee machine to make it look semi-normal, but I just couldn't find anything. I mean, I got those spoons and that, but they ended up more closer to the oven, which you'll see me doing now. Yeah, there you go. Also, I really like that spice rack hanging over the oven. Obviously, that's probably not the safest thing in the world to do. It's probably not very practical, but it looked really cool. I think I do actually move it to its over the counter. Yeah, there's me trying to do that now because I realised that's probably not safe to hang over the oven, but it looks really cool actually. I like that hanging on the wall. And then this fruit bowl. I found this fruit bowl and I was like, I need this in this build. And here's me obviously extending the island like I mentioned earlier. That fruit bowl though is so cute and cool. Like it's cool. Also it has a pineapple in it. I mean, I don't like pineapples, but I think they look really cool. So yeah. Also, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier when I actually put them in, but I really love those lights from Island Living because they're really bright and they're not yellowy. One of my biggest pet peeves in The Sims 4 is that all of the lights seem really like yellow toned, but that is one of the very few that is quite white and it doesn't turn anything yellow. So that was good. Anyway, this massive island here, I felt like it needed a centerpiece, so there's quite a long bit of me messing around with plants. You will also notice, actually, while I'm doing this, I might mention this, is that I have a lot of custom content in my game. There's actually no custom content in this build, by the way, but I do have it in my game because I will never use build custom content when I'm doing builds like this for YouTube that I'm going to upload to the gallery. But I do use it personally. Look, there's me removing the coffee table. I do use it in like my personal gameplay and stuff, so that's why it's in my game. But I don't use it in my builds for videos and things. So just bear that in mind. Don't be scared by that. There's no custom content in this build. Anyway, it was this coat rack that made me realise none of the wood in this place matches. Like, it was just a nightmare trying to get the wood to match because Island Living has some really nice furniture and things like that, but they just don't match. Like, none of the wood from any packs matches the other packs, and it's really stressful. Anyway, I didn't think there was anything I could do about it, so I just kind of left it for now. And then we went into this like little chest room here. I thought I'd put a door in it and turn it into a bit of a storage cupboard. So there's a little bit of me messing around with the storage cupboard. Have I talked about the dining room table? I actually don't think I have. I put the round dining room table in because I really like that round dining room table. I think that is a great addition to the game. I wish you could change the colour of the top of it because the black top would have looked a lot better as a white top to match the kitchen. But I still wanted to use it anyway because it was a cool new item and I was like, yes, I need to use this. I put that scuba thingy in there as well with like shelving with scuba gear in because I thought that was probably a thing that you would probably have in a home when you live on an island. I mean, makes sense really, doesn't it? It's a very fitting item. Yeah, actually, I know I said earlier that the thing in the hallway was what made me realise none of the wood match, but actually this dresser and this mirror and these lights next to them made me realise none of the wood matches at all. I could not get that mirror to match that dresser, let alone the rest of the room. Here's me changing the colour of the dining chairs again, which I think I've done 3 times in this video already. Honestly, stressed me out so much. It was really pissed me off. And then I coloured the walls of the kitchen with a really nice tile. I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion, but I really like that tile. Anyway, I tried to get a bar in, didn't fit. Probably wouldn't have fit the like style of the home anyway, to be fair. So I just put a shelf, that corner. That's the shelf that I messed around with clutter on for a very long time, and you will see that later. Anyway, went for a little desk here because we didn't really have an office space. And we didn't really have room in the, or actually, there probably was room in the bedrooms for a desk, but I didn't put one in because I put other things in. So I thought I'd just put one in here. So this is like family, I think I put a computer on it. I think. Anyway, I couldn't get these to match either. These just won't match anything. Again, matching wood just wasn't happening. Yes, okay, yes. Did put a computer on it. And then I got some really cool paintings on the wall, which I thought it's probably the parents has collected them on their travels. They look quite thingy. And then I picked up this fish tank. I was determined to get this fish tank in this build. You will see me move that fish tank about 15 times because I was determined to get it in this build. And I eventually did. Also, that TV on that chest looks really cute. I really like that chest. It really fits with the kind of vibe of the whole like travelling sort of vibe of the whole place. See, I deleted the fish tank. It just didn't fit there. It was too big. I wanted to put a chair there. It couldn't be on the other side because that would block the archway into there. So yeah. I don't actually think I've talked about the windows I put there. I replaced those columns that were originally there with those windows because I wanted it to be open, but the columns seemed too open. So and those windows from Island Living, I love them and I really wanted to use them in this build, but obviously there's no outside of this build, so I couldn't use them on the outside, so I put them on the inside instead. And yeah, it was cool. Anyway, here's me copying the bathroom because I realised I should probably have a second bathroom if I'm gonna have 2 bedrooms, because by that point I'd put the living room in, which, by the way, that living room took me a while to pick a couch, also took me a while to pick a rug because, again, things wouldn't match, and eventually I was like, because I really wanted it to be a really colourful like space, but the rug, I wanted a big colourful statement rug, but it just wasn't, nothing matched, so eventually I sort of settled with something. It doesn't really match, but it does look kind of cool, so we went with that. Anyway, on to the bedrooms. I think I'll do the master bedroom first, with my new favourite bed in the entire game. I love this bed. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about it. I love it, and I also love that colour swatch of the bed specifically. I love that colour scheme, the white and the orange. There's a lot of orange tones in this build, which I'm really loving. Also, those lights, again, another amazing item from Island Living. I think I just have a thing for the furniture in Island Living. So anyway, we moved on from the bed to trying to figure out where to put a dresser. There is only one dresser in this room, which is probably not realistic, but I mean, in The Sims it's fine. The Sims don't mind, so we went with that. Anyway, I messed around with this like separated divider thing, because you will notice there's no doors on the bedrooms in this place. It's quite open. There's not really any privacy, so I thought, also I found that ceiling fan and thought I should probably have a few of these dotted around, but I ended up with only one. Anyway, yeah, I played around with that little divider separator. I can't remember what it's actually called, but I played around with that for a while, and then I just didn't really like how it looked, so I think I just deleted it eventually. And I did cut out a lot of footage actually of me messing around with different ones. There, you can see I made the cut there. Because I messed around with quite a few different dividers as well, but eventually I just decided I didn't like the look of them, and Sims don't mind, so I shouldn't mind. Um, Anyway, I used that little basket with towels, which came with seasons, I'm fairly sure, but it fits really well with Island Living. A lot of seasons things actually work so well with Island Living, so we got that in there. And then I had this couch, which I had tried to use in the living room, but I thought it wasn't big enough, so I put it in the bedroom instead. Just a nice little seating area and a full-size mirror over there in the corner. And then we went for a rug again. Rugs caused me a lot of trouble in this build because I just could not find one that would match. Like, I went for a couple of swatches in this, and eventually I think I just settled on that orange one there, which sort of matches. It's good enough, you know. And then I don't know if I'd do it now actually, but I had a really, oh yeah, I put the carver bowl in. That fish tank, again, I tried to put it in here. This whole wall was such a massive empty space, and then I found these curtains. I was like, I want to use these curtains, so I just put them there originally, and I was like, I can't put them there. And then I had this idea, because the reason all of these walls are so big and blank is because there's no windows in this build. So I added a little garden thing in the side of the bedroom. So I used the mirrors that are dividing the living room and the dining area and stuff. Sized down some rose bushes and made a little like tropical flower garden behind these curtains, because those curtains were the best thing I could find to cover that wall, but it looked a bit strange just with curtains over a blank wall. So I thought, let's get some life in here, some green, you know. I feel like I hadn't used enough potted plants in this build, you know. So we did this, and I actually think it ended up looking really cool. I actually liked the way it looked so much. I removed the middle curtain. Yeah, there it goes. I removed the middle curtain because I was like, this needs to be seen. Anyway, on to the what I'm gonna say is a teen girl's room, but I mean it could be two children. It could be teen. They're probably girls, right? But it could be children or teens. I can't speak today. Wow. Anyway, I really love those beds. Again, the furniture of my living, love it. Anyway, so I toyed with double dresses, and then I was like, wait, no, that's probably a bit not right. So eventually we went with a wardrobe and a dresser and a mirror. Just a nice little dressing area, probably enough space for both of their clothes. There's one school bag in there, which I've just noticed, which justifies me putting only one school bag elsewhere in the kitchen. In the kitchen? No, in the room. So, yeah, and again, the big blank walls, I just didn't know what to do with them, so eventually I just stuck a load of posters on them. I was trying to look for a really big painting for this wall, realised all of my really big paintings are custom content, then found that one, which I think is from the base game, and finally, I got the fish tank in. Who's proud? I'm proud. We got the fish tank in the girls' room. I was going to put a desk there, didn't really like the look of it, so went for a bookcase instead because I hadn't actually put a bookcase anywhere else in the house. And a little guitar, because I thought maybe they'd play some nice island traditional music in their spare time. Who knows? And this rug, I don't know where that rug's from, but I really like it. I think maybe City Living, judging by the brief glimpse of the icon that I got there. Um, but yeah, the oh gosh, my phone. I probably should put that on silent. Anyway, onto clutter. Now, this little red shelf. I don't know. You guys probably have seen other people use this little red shelf, other builders, but I use it for clutter. It is custom content, but I don't leave it in the builds, so there is no custom content in these builds. Let me reiterate that. But it just helps to get things on the right level. It means you can place things in places that they wouldn't usually go. Gives you a bit more freedom for placing clutter and things, so I used that. I also sized down this little thing here. I use that quite a lot because it takes up quite a lot of space and it makes it just look more, it makes things look more used and lived in, which is cool. And there's the other school bag, which I've just found a reason to justify only putting one in. Could have put two, but I mean, it didn't fit. Anyway, onto these shelves. I mentioned earlier, these shelves took me an embarrassingly long time to clutter. Sped up, it doesn't look that bad, but I was having a lot of trouble placing these in the correct positions. Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned earlier, put a pet bowl in. You probably missed it because it goes so fast on this video because this video is so sped up. But I did put a pet bowl in, so if you want a pet, you can have a pet. If you don't, you can delete the pet bowl. I don't know, I needed something to go in that gap, so we went with the pet bowl. Anyway, just cluttering up these shelves, just some random clutter. Again, I put some like little pet food jars in. I really struggled to find clutter for this build. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm so used to just using custom content clutter, and obviously I couldn't in this build, so it was quite a new experience for me trying to clutter with just the game items and nothing from custom content. Anyway, so onto the exterior. I liked the landscaping in this build. I didn't change anything about that. I didn't change anything about the exterior of the pirate ship or anything, but I did place a few items around the house. Couldn't find the lounge chairs that came with Island Living, the nice ones, so I ended up with towels, and then I found the lounge chairs right about now, I think. Found the lounge chairs, so went back and replaced them. There we go. But yeah, I just wanted to make it look more lived in. I wanted to make it from the outside look like someone lived here. So placed a few items: bonfire, swing set, monkey bars, some lounge chairs out the front, as well as some beach towels, kiddie pool, even though we don't have a toddler, I don't know, just thought it filled some space, some gardening things there, and I toyed with this boat, but then decided against it, because why would you have a boat on land? I don't know. And here we go, screenshots! So here's the main entrance. Self-explanatory really, the living room. I actually really like that living space. I love the torch in the corner. Then we have the kitchen, the ceiling fan, which surprisingly everything seems to match now, which is nice. Nice dining room, studying in the back, obviously, as you do. Here's the main bathroom. Like I said, I've changed those sinks. Don't shout at me for it. The teenagers slash kids room. Self-explanatory really, that's really nice. And the fish tank that I finally got in. I love how you can see through that archway into the hallway as well. Really nice. Second bathroom, that's the ensuite for the master bedroom, which is here, which I love. I really love this master bedroom. I think it looks really cool. I love the colour scheme. And my plants. Love that. And few shots of the exterior, and that is all from me. I will see you guys in my next video. Please like and subscribe, and yeah, bye.